Golf and Scotland are synonymous. The game of golf originated here in Scotland, from where it spread worldwide and now enjoys almost cult status in both the amateur and professional ranks. At Royal Dornoch, it is known that the game has been played on the links there since at least the 1600s, and with the 4 centuries of golf at Dornoch being celebrated in 2016, it was felt that it was time that this important historical aspect was more fully researched. Although obviously of local interest, it also is an important piece of the overall history of golf in Scotland, and, as such, as accurate a picture as possible of the Dornoch story needs to be researched and recorded. With this in mind, the club, in conjunction with the University of the Highlands and Islands, have formed a partnership so that this 400-year story can be researched and a permanent record preserved in the annals of golf history. The partnership will fund a student to do the research for his PhD degree, with the object of fully establishing as much of the historical background of both golf in Dornoch and the impact on the town, culminating in a series of academic reports, an essential reference book and presentations, so that the record can be maintained for posterity and thereby ensure that the ongoing story of Royal Dornoch is comprehensive in every way.
The concept is that we are very proud of our history and traditions in Dornoch, and we have got together with the community to find out what has happened to us in the past. We know that golf has been played on the Dornoch links for over 400 years, and we want to investigate it further. So we are employing a student who's going for his PhD, and we are looking to bring in some support to be able to afford this, the community and ourselves. We know golf has been played for 400 years in Dornoch because there is a written record of somebody buying golf clubs 400 years ago. So obviously people were playing on the Dornoch links, and we also have records of people saying that the Dornoch links surpassed even Montrose and St Andrews, and we're very proud of that fact, and the people of Dornoch are very proud of it. And what we don't know is what happened between 400 years ago and 200 years ago. There's a gap where there is no written evidence, except for the fact that we know that the local priests were chastised for neglecting their archery in favour of golf and revelling. We hope that the revelling part never dies away. The town and golf go together. Golf in Dornoch is very, very important. Even people who don't play golf become members of the club. And the kids, they send the kids along for lessons on Thursday nights, Friday nights, and golf really means a tremendous amount to the club. Hotels, bed and breakfasts, all make their living out of golf.
In our discussions with the Community Council and working together for our 400-year celebrations, it was mentioned that the University of the Highlands and Islands has its Centre for History based in Dornoch, and approaching them to discuss the possibility of how we could work together, it was suggested that we could employ a student to work on their doctorate and investigate the golf that was taking place between the 1600s and the 1800s, a period of history that we know very little about. The research that our student will carry out means a great deal for the golf club and the history that the golf club has. Being the third oldest golf played in Scotland, golf clubs all started in the 1870s, 1860s, and very little is known before that. Dornoch prides itself very much on the history and heritage it has, and its members take great pride in the tradition that the golf club has as being one of the oldest. So putting more meat in the bones and knowing a lot more about the history will make the club members and the club council and the people involved in golf played at Dornoch very much happier to know that they are part of the great history of the game itself and involved in how we spread the game of golf around the world. The community of Dornoch are going to benefit greatly from the research into the history of the game of golf, because as we know in recent times, golf is a big economic driver to the town and brings a lot of money and a lot of people to the area and makes it as vibrant a place as it is. So we're very interested to see how far back that goes, whether it's past the 1850s, back to the 70s or the 1600s. As we know, golf started back then, and we're keen to know how positive an impact golf has played and how vital a role it has in the economy of Dornoch and how much it's driven the way the place has grown and prospered through those times. It is our aim to have the student start his doctorate in September of this year, and it will be a 3-year term which will take us up to 2016. Obviously there is a cost in having somebody here for 3 years, which equates to £18,000 a year, approximately $27,000. There is benefits for everybody who invests or pledges their support for this, with access to the students, access to the reports, and help in finding out the history of golf played in Dornoch from 1600. Can I thank you in advance for pledging your support to our student and this venture, which will benefit the game of golf in Dornoch, in Scotland, and the rest of the world.